Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hope you're all good. Right, we are taking a look at one of the beers that I've picked up over the weekend on Sunday. Picked up from Morrison's, from a brewery that is very popular. Well, kind of is, I suppose, but not not to a lot of people. And we are taking a look at one from Brewdog, and it's one that when it first came out, I really have tried not to pick it up, but I've ended up picking it up because I need some beers for a review. And the one we're looking at is Brewdog's Wingman, not Wingman, Wingman, and it's a session IPA. It's coming in at 4.3%, I believe. Yep, 440ml can, and on its own £2.35. But this was picked up as part of a 4 for 3 deal. This was the cheapest one, so I got it for free. But if you are going to pick it up on its own, you're talking £2.35. So yeah, I've probably seen a couple of reviews in the past, but off the top of my head, I can't think what people said about it. I'm kind of guessing it wasn't too popular. I have been told that this is, I can't think of the bloody beer now off the top of my head. It's kind of like Brewdog's version of the Beavertown one. I can't think off the top of my head. Somebody's going to mention it, but I'll have a look after anyway. And the Beavertown one, I don't mind actually at 4.3%. But yeah, let's get this one cracked open and see what we get. It's going in the little Brewdog glass, because why wouldn't it? It's been in the fridge, so it's nice and chilled. So let's get it poured out and see what we get. I'll be honest with you, I'm not expecting too much, but we shall see. Brewdog don't really do many good beers now, do they, to be honest? And I've got quite a few of them to come up. I'm not expecting it to be fantastic. If it's kind of like a half decent drink, it'll do, I suppose, but we'll have to see. It looks, in a glass, extremely pale. That is extremely pale. That is almost like fucking water, isn't it? Let's be honest. Slightly hazy. I mean, that's like water with a drop of lemon orange juice in. Literally a drop. Slightly hazy. Little bit of a head on there. Doesn't look a very thick head, which I wouldn't expect. 4.3. I can't even see the head being quite dense, to be honest. But yeah, you look at it in a glass and it don't really look up to much. Slight haze and the odd gentle bubble going up. So, without further ado, let's have a sniffers. Brewdog's Wingman. Fucking hell. Subtle hoppy notes, that's it. There doesn't smell like there's any sort of malt in there. There's got to be malt in there, but it just smells like a typical craft session IPA with no sort of malty backbone. Very little aroma in there. Slightly hoppy, a little bit tropical maybe. That is about it. There really isn't much going on in this beer. God, I've made a mistake and I'm picking all these bloody Brewdog beers up. I know it. I just know it. Right, let's dive in. Wingman, Brewdog, Session IPA, 4.3%. Cheers. Okay, that's like piss. Okay. Should I have expected anything different? No. I really shouldn't have. Let's go in again. Let's try and give this a fair review rather than I just rip it to bits as soon as we start drinking it. .3%. It's not a heavy body. It's not a heavy body at all. I wouldn't say it's particularly wishy-washy thin, but it is light. Session IPAs, craft style for me, are always going to be light. They don't have that malty backbone to them, and I always think they fall short in body. Have I had worse? Probably, yeah. I've probably had worse for the ABV. Carbonation's gentle in it, which is quite pleasant. You're not getting much fizz there. Not really rough around the edges. Reasonably smooth. But now already, because it is so light in carbonation, there's a wateryness starting to show its face with this beer. Let's go in again. On the taste, it is literally slightly hoppy, a little bit tropical, a little bit bitter. Possibly on the back end, you're getting that bitterness on the beer. It has got that little grapefruit tickle in it. Maybe a little bit of pine, but it's minimal. Is it the worst session IPA I've had? Honestly, I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. I have had worse beers from Brewdog, if I'm honest. For the style, yeah. For the style, it's never going to be massively bold. It's never going to be massively heavy. It's never going to have a huge amount going on with it. But what I will say is there are notes there. You do have to search for them and you can kind of pick them out. But the initial drinking experience is quite bland. You've got to wait for everything else to sort of kick in to maybe get anything. It's, despite all the notes that I've picked out, it is a boring drink. It is boring. There's nothing exciting there as you drink it to really make you want to go back in. 4.3%. It drinks like 4.3% for a session IPA. I mean, if you've seen this sort of drink once, you've seen it 100 times from the supermarkets. I guess if you like session IPAs and you like craft session IPAs, this might be up your street. It's light. It's not massively punching you in the face with flavours. It's a little bit dull. It's a little bit boring. You know, it goes down easy because it is light. Yeah, I mean, it's rare you see anything decent from Brewdog now, really. I suppose for the style, it's all right, but is it a great beer? No. It's a bit dull and boring, if I'm honest. £2.35 for a 440ml can. I think you can get a 4-pack of 330ml for about a £5, can't you? So I don't suppose there's much difference. I'm sure they wangle the prices to work out more or less even. Well, yeah, it's not great. It's not great. It's not the worst beer I've ever had. But for me, to sum up this beer, it's just dull and a bit boring. So would I recommend it? If a light session IPA is your thing with not too much going on, give it a try. If you like a good proper IPA, you're going to look at that and go, what the was that? But yeah, personally, for my taste buds, I wouldn't recommend it, but I guess there's people out there that like that sort of thing. If you've had the beer before, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.